Hello everybody, this is Sonia. Now I've just been scratching through my bits and pieces because I wanted to put up a bit more on this piece that I'm working on. So this is the ribbon that we could use to do this with. I wanted to do some more on this one. Excuse me. So that's like I used the pink. There, we'll see this apricot one is good too, and it's a nice soft one. Now anything any wider I don't think is a good idea. Now this one here I think would be about the size that you get off the Temu, I think. Or that one there. It's nice, isn't it? It's yellowy, but I'm going to use a bit of that. And I've got a few more bits here that I've tied up to put away nicely, and I'm going to use these because these are really thin too. You know what? You know where you can pick this up at? If you go and look for things to wrap presents, like they have rolls of stuff for present wrapping, and it could be some sort of ribbon like this. So that's an idea, okay? This one here is a fabric ribbon, but I wouldn't be using that, so I don't know why it's that. And there's a thinner one with the wire. So I'm going to use a bit of, I don't think I'll use this. This one's all right to make a flower out of. I mean, I'd just fold it over, but I think it's too thick to do any sort of ribbon embroidery like this with, unless you did the, what's the name, ribbon stitch, and that would still be a little bit hard. And I want to send you off to try to do something that you're going to get upset trying to do because it's going to be too hard. This stuff is a bit of, I don't know what it is. I've got a real lot of that. It actually is a tube sort of thing because there's a little hole down in the middle of there, which is really strange, but anyway. So this is like, it's made in a tube, so it's some sort of a trim or other. But I have used this as a ribbon in the past, like in my ribbon embroidery. So that opens up in there. So that's what it's like. And it's really soft. It's really soft, and it works really well to use. Now that leaf I thought was a bit big, so that you can do this leaf here would be nice. Look, you just fold that over like that, okay, and then you can bring it down into the bit further, and you've got yourself a leaf like that. A leaf, and it's not too much of a background on there, but you put a nice big rose. You put that under a nice big rose so you couldn't see the stem bits, because this you wouldn't put through your fabric, okay? You don't put this through your fabric at all. It goes on the top. It's sewn on to your piece of work, and then you I think it might be too big to put on here, because then I'd have to put the flower over the top of it. I should, I could make it smaller one, I suppose. I've got to squish it down a bit. I could, yeah. Probably get two out of this. Let's try that. So whether you put the dark bit on the top or not, I don't know. What do you reckon? You just gather this up with your thread, this bit here, till it's like that. You gather that round. But see, it bends because you've got your wire in it. You gather that up. I might put these on here. I think they might look good. Now what have I done? I've really wrecked that thing. How about here somewhere? I put a bit of flour on there and put it on there. See? We'll do that one, eh? Need a nice needle. Some thread in the box next to you, Sonia, here. Alright. What colour will I? These decisions I don't know. Should probably get it out of my thread box, shouldn't I? I've got all these bits of thread in here hanging around doing nothing. I will turn them into fabric one day. Yeah, I'm going to put this nice one on here, I am. Now I'm going to show you that again too, so get it right, so you know what we're doing. So the ribbon is only, this is a silk ribbon with wire in the sides, okay? And this is not very expensive either. if you're lucky, you could pick some up at the thrift shops. Just depends. Some people can find them. The silk ribbon. Somebody did. I seen it in a haul not long ago. This is manky. This is. Sorry about that. Anyway, it's a bit over a centimetre. It's 3/4 of an inch. About say 3/4 of an inch. At a guess. This one, or 1/2 inch size is good. And I've only got a piece that is that long because I didn't cut it straight. If I cut that off there, am I still going to be able to use this tiny bit? Hope so. So what you do is you just put that down there and that down there. If you want the green bit, the darker bit on the top, which, you could probably put the lighter bit on the top if you wanted to. It just depends what you're looking for. I think I might put the greener bit on the top. What do you reckon? The dark bit. Twist it over there like that. Because we're only making a small leaf. Right, so when you got that bit done, like this, and you probably would have had more, and I'm just being so stingy here, I'm going to need to do this properly. Don't be so mean with me, Ribbon, because I've got plenty. I've got heaps of this stuff. It's all over the place. It's all over the house. When I did the last room thing, I didn't do it properly. I put everything in the wrong place. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Nobody panic. So we do that, right? And so we've got this part at the back that we can either use as our inside bit, or you'd use this bit because it's got the wire on it and it'll look good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off, bringing it down a bit over the piece is not too bad an idea, I suppose. Just cut that off there. So we've got a piece now that's about not quite 2 inches, I suppose. Could be 2 inches or 3 centimetres. Okay, so now we're going to turn that over like so. If you go around to the back, you can see better what you're going to do. You're going to put this needle through there, and you knot, which I shouldn't have knotted 2 pieces together, but I have, and that doesn't really matter, I suppose, but it just bug me when they won't both meet up all the time. And then you just go across the bottom like this. This needle's too thick. It is. I'm not picking up the right needles today. Go across here. And pull that up. Like that. Okay. That way you've got hold of him. Okay. Now I'm going to roll that around like this. And there's my little leaf. Isn't he a beauty? It turned out really well. I'm going to have to make a couple of those because he looked bare there by himself, only maybe 3. So I'm going to end this off really good so it doesn't go anywhere. You can do this with the ribbon that hasn't got the wire in the side in it, but I don't know if it'd sit as nice, okay? So we want about this much, okay? Probably 2 inches. Maybe I didn't do it as long, but will I do this one different or not? No, because it won't turn out green at all. It'll be really light. I might just have one thread here. And then we'll do a rose over the top of it or something, so it'll look nice. I think I might put it somewhere. Oh dear. I need to put it on here somewhere, don't I? Is that a good place for it? I should have thought ahead. When I was doing this, I should have thought ahead and decided what I was going to do with it. Might go on this other bit of work here. Might go on this piece of work here. What do you reckon? Okay, righto. That fell. Piece of paper, righto. I'm just keeping it for... Where's these here that I haven't done completed? Aha, look at that. And which way's up? The right way, that way. So that'll look really good on this yellow. Oh, look at that. So now we're on this piece now. We're on to this piece. Okay. Now I know there's a lot of thickness here, but we can cut it away. We can cut away the thickness and we'll fasten that on there in a minute. I've got to get the rows organised first. I'm not really a big fan of the rolled ones because I'm not very good at making them. I suppose I'm okay, but I just feel that they're... So you can either come back to just to the top of there, but you've got to come past it a bit to make you know, to have the length that you need. And then you want to go like across the back here like I just did then, put it underneath the bottom, in under there so it won't come out the sides. You don't want it to be... Oh, this needle is way too thick for this. Unless I'm just a weakling today. We're in Australia still and we're doing this is a Sunday that I'm doing this. But we're sort of getting into the ribbon embroidery a tiny bit, you know, because I did say I was going to try and show you different things to do ribbon embroidery, and people are interested in it, so I'm going to do a bit of... I've done in the last one in this video. We do a bit of ribbon embroidery. That one's not exactly the same size, and that doesn't matter because you do not need it to be. Okay, it's not an issue. The leaf doesn't have to be exactly the same size. When you're putting your needle through here, you've got to be careful that you don't hit the wire. I mean, it's not going to hurt, but you don't want to hurt yourself or anything. But you just take it back out if it's going to go through the wire. Okay, so that's a nice one. You know why you make these up front anyway, do them first before you get started here. Now, I've got 2, but I need 3, I think, because it's not going to work for me that good if I don't get 3 of them. It's just something to do with nature, isn't it? It doesn't, your eye doesn't like just looking at... might be put up in a different place, I think. It's not... Maybe up here might be a bit better. Yeah. Oh no, it'll work. It'll work. I've got to put the flower on. It'll be enough for him. Might just put the flower on there and not worry about it. And it looks like something with ears then, doesn't it? I've got this really nice pink. Wonder which one I'm going to make I think I'll make one of these spider roses. Where is he? I put... Oh, yeah. Like this. I think I'll put one of them on there. What do you reckon? But you've got to be able to push this underneath it then. So you get it, and you've got to push that underneath there. Or make it with it under there. Or it'll go under this, I think, won't it? Yeah, it will. It'll go under there all right. I think so. If you make it big enough. Righto. We have to think ahead on these things, don't we? We've got to think ahead. Well, I'll put this to you. This is not going to go on here because I think it's not a big enough space. But it can go somewhere else. Then I'm working on something else. I've got more of those here that I'm doing, haven't I? I've got more of them. Okay, look at this. Aha, now we got something to put it on. We needed room to put it, didn't we? That's what we needed. So I've got another piece of this work. I do have a fair few of these. I love them. You know I love me crazy patchwork. Okay, and I want to put it on the yellow. And I'm going to use some thread to put on the background piece. Oh, the cat sounds like he's in danger, doesn't he? This morning he was calling out. Our house is not very big, right? And he sounded to me like he was way, way away. But he's only in the hall. You know, he's only a little tiny way away from us. He wasn't way, way away at all. I'm just trying to put a bit of thread out here that I'm going to use to make me little spike swing. Oh, well, spikes there. Little sticks to thread this round on. Right. Now, I want that. Why not? I mean, that'll, you know, rot your socks. Actually, I don't think I can use a sheer one because, the reason being, it's not going to cover it enough. I could probably use this colour, maybe not so much that colour. I'll go back here for another piece of ribbon in here or something. Right. Now he's done what I'm doing, and that's okay. So I've got more of that, and there's that one, and I've got some bluey, greeny colour one, and I know there's more than what's in here too, because it's in another place as well. I've got another little nest with it in. I don't know whether I want to try that. I suppose I could do another one of those, because that's really thick and it's nice. Did I show you this green one? Yeah, there's another green one. It's green, it goes to browns as well, to brown colours. And then there's some pink. It's like it's coming out of this TARDIS or something. You know, the Doctor Who thing is like... it's a never-ending amount of stuff. I'm going to pull that out of there, because if I went to look for a bit of sheer fabric, you could bet I couldn't find any, because I want some this morning to tear to do that with. I don't think I could find any if I did try to do that. I don't have another. Oh, look at this. This is a nice one too, this green. Because they're sheer though, they're not going to cover up the back of this, and that's what we need. We need something to cover up the back of it. So, I'm going to put... I don't know if I've got any more. I've got velvet ribbon there. Velvet ribbon you won't be using to do this with, that's for sure. I have a nice box here of ribbon things. I'm peeping through. And trimmers and that. And I didn't realise how much of this, what's the name, ribbon? There's more of that. I'm going to be doing a bit of that as well. Where's me? Did I thread this? Good. Make this thing here and put something through it, Sonia. I don't know which one to use. Maybe the fabric. Get somewhere I can go through reasonably thick. This is going to be thick, but I think I can get through there with a... Is that a knot on it? No. I better put a knot on it. Okay. Now I know I've showed you these before, but we need to show you how to put the leaves, those big leaves underneath. This is going to be a big flower. Or maybe too big. You've gone too far now, Sonia. If you make it too big, it'll look really gawky. It really will look really gawky if you make it too big. Knot. Put a knot in. Righto. Now, not that big, Sonia. Here's what this size here, you know. So I'm only going out about ½ inch, maybe. You think? It is. Because you can keep going round and totally cover this piece and put your thing underneath it. I see your thing. We can't put it underneath there yet. Your leaves. You really can't put them under there yet, but they're going to go in there afterwards, aren't they? That'll look really cool, as long as I can get this rose big enough. It's all trial and error, eh? It's fun though. It's fun. Except for when you really, really want to do something and it don't work for you, it gets really frustrating, doesn't it? I'm going to put a pin through these and keep them on the table there so I'm not going to lose them, right? Not going to lose them. Make nice dragonfly wings too with that. So I need a needle. I'll have this needle. Oh no, do I have to? There's another one. Unthread things. You can take this one out because he's not going to... I'm going to use this other piece over here because I'm going to use this fabric. I've decided I'm going to use the fabric on this. Just as a different... Oh, for goodness sake. Keep pulling the cotton out. Put that over there out of the way for a minute. And we'll work on this bit. How much have I got? That's not enough. Oh dear, is these long enough? I don't think they are, you know. Will I give it a go? I'll cry if it doesn't go round, because then I'm going to have to put another bit in. Righto. What have you got that you can use that's thick and that? Or the pink? Where's the pink one? Here. Right. I don't know. Now there's times like these you need a bit more of that. And they were the only two colours that I had there, as far as I know. Oh, green. I'll have to use the silk ribbon. I will have to use my silk ribbon. Well, the leaves are silk, aren't they? This is nice, isn't it? This is going to look good. This is going to be a Larry Rose. And I'm going to make it long enough so I can make it big enough. So these are some of the ones. This is one of the ones I got from a place here in Australia, and it's really beautiful, isn't it? Isn't that nice? Now, I don't remember whether you put the dark bit on the outside or the inside. Actually, it's going to change to dark and then back to light. So let's just go with whatever we got. Yeah, I'll put the lighter bit on the inside, so that will be the bit that goes through where the knot is. So I'm going to do a knot, which I'll probably take out after because I don't want it to be too lumpy. It just depends. Sometimes it's not too bad. Look at that. That's not too bad at all. So we're going to come up through here. Okay. I need a mouthful of water. Sorry about this. When I say a mouthful, I do only just take a little bit, and I should probably have a bit more. So hopefully help with the quenching of the thirst. Now I've got a lot of this on here, but I want to put as much as I can into it. So we're going to go over the first one. Whoops. Try not to tangle yourself up. So we go over and then under. Excuse me. I will do it with a pointy end. So it come through that piece of fabric really easy, probably because of the needle and the fact that this is not very thick. This, no, so I'm going through the cotton. I don't want to do that. The back of the needle is too thick to be putting through here anyway, which is quite annoying because I can't do it. It's too thick. Over and under this bit. Got to get all of it, son. You don't just go for part of it. Gonna have to do some different colours on the crazy patchwork. I'm going to try and do some cotton fabric and some. Actually, I wanted to do some boho one. Another boho one. Don't pull this too tight because you want it to be bigger and, you know, really nice. Going around. It looks good. Not too tight when you do that. Pull that bit too tight there. Okay, so that's under. That one there's over. So under's under here somewhere. Under's under there. Whoa. Tuck that around a bit. Bit better. Where's that bit? There we go. Pull that through somewhat and put it back a bit. Take it back around. Oh dear, oh dear. Manoeuvre this, Sonia. So it's over that one. You go under here so you can find that one. Go underneath it. Go over that one. You go underneath this one here. Right. Now where's me little leaf? This is going to be a bit tricky, getting that under there, because I think as you would probably imagine that you would put a three-dimensional flower on top of this instead of trying to sew it to the thing, because I don't think this is going to work for me. It's not going to be able to cover over my leaf. I suppose I could sew it onto there, but I don't know if it's got the wire through it. You can still make a leaf in that shape. Let me show you what I mean about this. If I can find a... should be able to find the flowery somewhere. And a box of flowers and things. Stringy bits there. Oh, look at this. This is the idea. These are ones that are already made. These are not made by me. These have been actually gifted to me. And I guess I could try making one of them, but I'm not sure. I don't think I ever have, because I don't think I really like them that much. We'll just see. You know, everybody's got different taste in things that they like to do. So I think I'm going to call that like a done one. I'm going to show you the leaf to put with that one. But we're going to have to do another, make sure it's not going through anything. We're going to have to do another couple on this piece to make it, you know, make it look right. I think that looks really good. And then I'll do another couple there in a minute. But I want to show you this one now. A few minutes left. So these are what you would put over top of those leaves, these sort of ones. So somebody's made that by gathering it up. Many gathers on this one. That one there's just rolled around, that one. So if you wanted to, and if you had some of these, see that's I don't know who made these, whether the lady that sent them to me did or not. I think you can buy them though like this. That somebody makes a lot of them and then they sell them what he made. So we could put that under there, see? And that's, I think, a lot better than the one that's under it. You know, that's what you do with it to how you would use that. Now give me a piece of thread here. Piece of thread. I'm getting this out of my scrap thread box. That's a good thing, isn't it? Of course it is. You know, bits of cotton that I've picked up all over the place. So I could use this here to make that. To make that flower, well, it's made with a piece of a really long bit of, is there one or two? There might be more than one put together there. Oh, hang on, look at that. See how it's gathered first and then put on? That's interesting. There you go. That's how it's made. Look at that. It's easy to figure out. Oh, okay. We can do one of these then. Look. I'll show you how to do that. Look at that. It's pleated then gathered. And somebody's actually done that by hand. That's nice, isn't it? Look, I've got more stuff I can do that with. See this one? Or this apricot one is nice. I've got a purpley one. Not purpley, but see, these are all satin ribbons. So if you wanted to do that, I'm going to use a little bit wider one because it might be easier for me to handle if you wanted to make something like this. So what you do is you're just going to make pleats in it all the way you go, okay? And that's all they've done, is made a pleat like this. And then you gather it up, and I might do that and not make it so gathered, okay? So we start here, and we just make a pleat, a stitch, and a pleat and a stitch. Whoops, you're coming up too far here. What are you doing? Get back down there. Righto. That wasn't hard to figure that out. All I had to do was take it to pieces. Righto. Now there's a... Are they going all the same? Are they? No, one's one way, one's back the other way. So we just do one that way. Let's start again on this. We don't want to show you how to do it wrong, do we? I'm going to just start off a bit and show you a bit, because then I'm going to use that other piece to make a flower. Oh. I might try to stop talking for a minute so I can do this. Okay, I'm going to concentrate a bit more. Okay, so we're going to put a stitch in that and do it so it's really solid. Okay, and then come across here. If I do a back stitch, that'll hang on to it. Oh, I've got no cotton on it. Lost me cotton. Oh dear. Oh, hurry, less speed. Where am I? What am I doing? Okay, give it right down on the end, on the edge. I've got a book with all these ribbon flowers in them. I have. I think I showed it to you one time. It's behind me here somewhere in the room. And they were done like this, and you know, if I'd looked at it I could have found that out, but I can't get the book to me at the moment. It's not handy. So each one of these I'm nearly putting, I'm doing a back stitch on to keep it close to me, or handy or something. I don't know. So it's not going to go anywhere. And just do it right down the end. Okay. If you just want to make one of these. I'm just going along here doing whatever. I don't think it's a problem if you will do whatever. It might not work the same. I think it should do that. It's got all you're doing is making the gather for that there, yeah, and it's just going one way and back the other. It's just one way and back the other, and that's what I'm doing. Maybe to the back, and it works. It looks good, doesn't it? Keep down the end of it, Sonia, a bit, okay? So if you want to do that, that will look really cool. Okay, I'm going to end that off there because I'm not going to finish that one because I'm going to use this bit, and I'm just going to roll it round a bit. I need a bit more thread. I'm going to unplug this heater. It's getting me too hot in here. I drink all the time because I'm diabetic. That's what they say anyway. That's why we do it. We have to have a drink because we're thirsty all the time, because our body's got to get rid of all the fluid in our body, and therefore we get thirsty all the time from the pills that we take, and there's always something, isn't there? Anyway, I just hope my arm doesn't play up on me tonight. I couldn't stand it. I know I've had too many drugs. When I say drugs, so that one's done the same way, and I could take it off if I wanted to, but I don't want to pull it apart yet because I'm going to use this one here. I'm only going to use half of it though, because I don't want to put it as big as what she had it, or well, big as what it was when I was made. Because I need just something to put over me rose, me little I just need something to put over these And you know what I'm doing here? I'm making it mine by pulling it apart and putting it back together. Isn't that weird? But that's how I feel. It's going to be mine now. My idea. Well, not my idea, but, you know. So you just roll this up as big as you want it to be, because I think it was too big, the one that was there. And that's there. I'm gonna bring it to there, I think. And then I'm going to stitch it back here. I can probably make 2 out of this. I cut that off. I hope that doesn't come undone. I hope not. Worst scissors ever. They used to be alright once when I only used them for the one thing, but now that I've used them for everything, they're not so great. So you want to go across through the back of here and gather it all in. Not gather it, just, you know, collect it all up so it's all... This is going to fray undone on me now. Righto, Sonia. You need to trap that in there somehow. You might have to put a bit of spotted glue on. I'll have to see if we need to glue or we can just turn it in under there. Bring me this way near it so I can fix it. Whoops. Goodness gracious me. This thing's going to go off in a minute and I'm not got it anywhere fast here. So this is just flatter. It's not as big as the... Probably trying to go through the wire. That's not easy. So through the wire. I just want to put it there just to look at it. I'll probably need another one, don't know yet. We'll do more, I think. More leaves, I think, because I've got the ribbon sitting there. I've had it there for years, over 10 years. More, just doing nothing with it. Okay? So, I'm trying to... I don't want to stitch it on too much because I want to see what it's going to look like first. I don't think it's too bad. I'm not going to flatten it down a bit more. I like it flat. Flatter. I don't want it too high. It might be too over the top. No, it'll look really good, won't it? Look at that. I have to turn this off. See how that's working? Isn't that look? Doesn't that look nice? This is English stuff I'm using. Words. I've got to go. I'm really a bit tired now. I've got to go. Anyway, so thank you for watching. I think we did something. I showed you a few things, and if you have some of those flowers, you know what you can do with them now, can't you? You can make them into small ones, because I don't like the way that it's so thick here and it's sort of standing up. So I'm going to be able to put them down flatter like that, okay? Get them down there like that, and that's better. I'd rather that sort of look. And this one's only just wound round there, so... You know, it's up to you. If you're putting those in a nice big bunch, though, on a hat or something, you know, you could do that. But because I'm putting it on the embroidery, I don't want it to be too big and overpowering, you know, because everything else on there is going to have to come up to par with that, you know what I mean? So thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.